Hola chippies, how are you? Hello! This is Rhett Thompson, Blackanese chick, and I am here on my very first vlog. Well, thank you everyone. First of all, everyone who has supported me, following me on Periscope. I really truly appreciate you throwing out all those follows and the hearts and the shares. Truly, truly, really, really. I also love it that you guys were like, we would like to hear from you and see you on video without traffic next to you. Because usually when I'm doing Periscope, I am in my car because I live in Miami. That's what's happening. So, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Just like with the scope. We'll see where we go with this. First of all, very, very first scope was not great. But it's only gotten better from there. So I imagine that will be the same with this thing. We'll see how it goes. First of all, want a big shout out to my neighbors next door. I think they're having a party, a barbecue. It's 51 degrees right now. 51 degrees in Miami. That's why I'm wearing a sweater and a scarf in my home. But shout out to my neighbors who are having their party. It's winding down. I think it's winding down. Either that or someone called the cops because they were like jamming just a moment ago. But all of a sudden the music stopped. I think part of it is they could feel the vibe of me about to record. I think they could feel it. I think they were like jamming. They were like drinking the Heinekens. And they were like, you know what? I bet you he's about to record something. We should be supportive. We should be supportive of this career. Either that or this like, I've like one of those weird like gypsy ladies that lives a couple doors down and across the way that if she was a little bit older, she would be that scary lady that all of the kids on the block would avoid. But she's a bit younger. I think she's got to be in her like late 40s, early 50s. Short and stout. And I call her the Gypsy Lady because I think she's speaking Romanian. Not that I know, like, you know, don't get all weird and technical about, like, oh, the Romanians, this because she could be singing or saying something in an Eastern European language doesn't automatically mean she's a gypsy. This is true. This is true. But it's definitely not Spanish. It's definitely not Portuguese. It's definitely not English. And it's very much like, wah, 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 wah. Not that I'm saying that gypsies sound like ducks, but it kind of sounds like it. Like, wah, 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 wah. But I do know that she is not the most neighborly of folks. Not the most neighborly of folks. Like, the kids here tend to congregate in the little side street area in the back of the houses. You can see them. There's no traffic here. This is like the exurbs, so it's kind of like folks who live in developments of former agricultural land because it's not like they couldn't afford to live in the suburbs. That would be me. Like, so it's like it's a nice development. You know, there's not a lot of traffic and stuff going like, you know, in the little windy cul-de-sac type of areas. So the thing is, she has a tendency to fly by in her convertible on purpose when the children are in the alleyway area. To the point, like, one of the neighbors, like, the dad, like, he's one of those, like, big black dudes, I work for the city, wear a wife beater when I'm at home, chilling with my Heineken. You know, they kind of sort of got into it. And then the police were called, and she tried to say that people were littering in her yard, but really it was the kids' toys. Like, you know, who leaves, like, one of those motorized cars in the middle of someone's yard on purpose? Like, that's litter. Like, I'm going to leave a $600 mini car in your yard. It wasn't even in her yard. It was kind of like near it. It was kind of like mostly in the alleyway, but like not even 2 inches were on her grass. But the cops, they didn't do anything. They just did a little walk around and they made her calm down. But the thing is, what trips me out, like, my only direct interaction with not even direct. It's more like a couple degrees of separation from the Gypsy Lady. My daughter last year was raising money for a class trip. So it was like a really expensive trip, and one way to offset the cost of the trip, all the kids were given the opportunity to sell chocolate bars. You know, like, those are like, hey, the kids there like knocking door to door or standing outside the Publix grocery stores like, could you support my class field trip? Could you buy a chocolate bar for $1? Well, that was my daughter peddling that last year. She actually had a really good clientele. We still have like neighbor kids knocking on our door looking for Crispies, crispy milk chocolate, and also almond. Those were like the big ones. Anyway, I can't get my hand on the world's finest chocolates where I would be hawking them right now to offset the cost of my rent. But my daughter was going door to door in the neighborhood, just like in a nice 1 block radius. She wasn't going far. And, you know, the Gypsy Lady knows who she is, because she's seen her before. She's seen her before. You know, she's almost run over her before. So my daughter went to her door, just knocking on the door, you know, with her little 10-year-old self, with, you know, would you like to buy? My daughter said, she knocked on the door, the lady came to the door, and my daughter was like, would you like to? And he went, and the lady walked up. She slammed the door in my daughter's face. Not really slamming it, it was more of a shutting. And walked away. And she could tell that it wasn't like she was trying to hide her, because the Gypsy Lady keeps all of her blinds open. She keeps her curtains, like her curtains are undrawn, not drawn, undrawn. And she doesn't leave her blinds down, so you can see all of her, like her living space. You can't help it. She has like very bright lights inside. It's like a lamp store. Like you can see through her house. So my daughter, when she knocked on the door, the lady opened it. Would you like to? She like shut it and walked away. Gypsy Lady, she helps eliminate the sound of the neighbor's noise so I can record. Thanks, Gypsy Lady. Ding. Okay, so until next time, this has been Rhett Thompson, Blackanese chick. Hit me up on social media at Rhett Thompson on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, and at my email, blackanesechick@gmail.com. Until next time, see ya!